welcome to my channel. That's my son in the back making himself some ramen noodles. I may actually have some of those. Anyways, it's that time again. Let's ship. We're going to be shipping all the items that sold for me between Friday and today. And I have a feeling I may be getting another one on Depop because it's a hot item. It's got so many likes and I've sent out so many offers and I have people asking so many questions. So we'll see if they actually purchase it by the end of the night. And I just so happen to have it here to Free People Blouse. So if they do, they'll get it tomorrow. As I stated, I only ship out Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. It makes my life that much easier. So if I have any purchases between Friday and Sunday, they get shipped out tomorrow. Anything that gets purchased between 9 p.m. tonight, if it's in the storage unit, Monday and Tuesday will not get shipped out until Wednesday. Anything that gets purchased Wednesday gets shipped out Friday, and so on. Anyway, so I have my pre-printed labels here, and behind every label I've placed what the buyer pays, what my earnings were after the platform fees and deductions, what I paid for the item, and what I actually profited. So I'm keeping things very transparent, and you know, I just want to be real. And I started doing this about a year ago, so I am still learning. I have about 500 items in my eBay store, and I believe like about 700 in Poshmark, and I have less than 500 on Depop and Mercari. I did stop selling on Mercari. Let's not say sell, posting, because Mercari is very sporadical. And, you know, it's a lot of work to post on platforms that don't really sell. So it was kind of like a turnoff to me. So whatever's in Mercari will stay there. And whatever sells on Mercari, that's there. Perfect. If not, it'll sell somewhere else. But yeah, that's the FYI. And so my only platforms that I'm truly being active on are Poshmark, eBay, and Depop. So let's get to it and stop the chit-chatting. The first piece I'm going to show is a little like moth or something that came from the outside. It's this Athleta jumpsuit, and it is a larger size. This jumpsuit is in excellent condition. It sold today on eBay for $47. And let me just grab the label to it. Buyer paid $47. My profit after platform fees were $38.95. I paid up for this item. I paid $10.68. And I made a total profit of $28.27. This item was posted on eBay on February the 7th. So March, April, May, a little bit over 3 months. Not too bad. I would like to be under the 90 days if possible, but you know, it sold. I made a good profit on it, and it's going to its new home. So let's just get this packed. Just taking off all the little, this is what I'm looking for. All the little fuzzies, because it's black, and you know, I hate black stuff because everything sticks on it. No matter how much you roll, there's always a little fuzzy that, see? And I make sure to wipe my table down before putting my items on here. So let's go ahead and grab a clear plastic bag. For those of you just tuning in, I do place all the items that I use for packing, including my ring light and stuff like that, on my description. I'm not affiliated with any of the companies, but I think they're great. And I've been using it since I started as a part-time reseller. They work perfectly fine for me. I find them to be inexpensive and affordable, and that's why I keep using them. So I thought I'd just share it with you guys. Now, since this sold on eBay, we're going to use an eBay thank you card, and we're going to put one of my Sending Sunshine your way stickers on that, like I always do. And we're going to go ahead and place it in the clear bag with the item. Yeah, I decided to film this today. My last video, I did it right before going to work, and it was like super stressing because I was pressed against time and it was kind of annoying. So I'm like, you know what, even if it's a little later, I'm just gonna film today so that I don't have to worry about it. So if you're watching this tomorrow, which is Monday, this was filmed Sunday, June 1st. Just for reference. All right, so Athleta, another little tip is I always place behind the item the piece. That way I make sure I send the correct item to the correct buyer, because I've heard stories, if you guys are new resellers, about labels being mixed up with the wrong items, and then you would have to bite the bullet and pay for those shipping costs, and you'll be losing money on there. So this is going to San Juan, Puerto Rico. Off it goes. The second item sold on Depop, and they're these super cute little Blanco by Nature kind of barrel leg boho little pants. They have a little smock waist. Not a known brand, but the aesthetics on them, it's very cute. They're super lightweight. And this is actually, the rest of the items that are coming up are dollar items, things I purchased for $1. And this I posted last weekend and it sold this weekend, so that was a quick flip. The buyer paid $10.20. Payout from the platform, because I do pay for their promoted listings, was $9.12. My cost of good was $1.06. My total profit was $8.06. So not bad. I do have one that's ridiculous. I don't know what I was thinking and why I sold it for that price, but I think that's been like my worst sale ever. Even worse than the American Eagle shorts that I posted last week, but those were at least free, given to me by my niece. This I actually bought, almost went negative, but did not. Anyway, since this is selling on Depop, this is the little thank you cards that I will place in here. Also purchase them on Amazon. I'm not sure if that's in my actual link. I'll try to remember and put it up. I think I forgot to do it last time as well. I did sell it to, I did send it to someone that had requested it separately. Then my little emblem sticker here that says thank you. And it's a little 3D emblem, very inexpensive. It comes like a ton of them. They're not expensive at all. Again, also buy them in Amazon. I love Amazon. So a lot of my dollar items are moving. I'm posting them mostly on Depop. I just feel that different platforms have different buyers, and on Depop I feel it's a younger vibe, kind of like, you know, just younger kids, and they just look for great deals and more aesthetic pieces. So this is going to Des Moines, Iowa. Oh, here's the one that I almost went negative on, and I'm so upset about this because it's such a cute tank top. It's very boho hippie, and it's from Tribal. It's an extra large. This reminds me kind of like the sun, or maybe it could be like a sunflower. To me, it looks more like the sun. I did purchase this top the day they had 50% off at my Goodwill. Thank God, because if not, I would have been in trouble. The buyer paid $6. I received $4.66 from the platform. My cost of goods were $3.20, and my profit were a whole whopping $1.46. That was horrible. That was like, this has been like the worst. Like seriously, can't even buy a soda with that. But anyways, there it goes. It's going to its owner. I hope they love it. And again, this was also posted last week. So all these dollar items that I'm showing now that just sold were all posted last week. So they turned around pretty quickly. I haven't done a lot of posting this week, and I decided to chill and just kind of like refresh my eyes from the computer. And I still think I did a lot. And this top here is going to Las Vegas, Nevada. The next one sold on, excuse me, on Poshmark, and it's this Guy Hervey women's fishing shirt. Super cool with the macaw there. My mom has one of those, just like that. His name is Pepe. Super funny. This sold on Poshmark, as I stated. The buyer paid $15. My earnings after platform fees were $12. My cost of goods were $1.06. My total profit was $10.94. And again, this was posted on 5/24. So I do believe that was last weekend as well. I'm tired. And because it's sold on Poshmark, we're going to use the thank you card just like I did with the ones for Depop. Sometimes the little thing here gets kind of like stuck and you can't take it off that easily, and it's kind of frustrating. It's the only thing I don't like. Okay, we're down to the last one after this one. So, I mean, you know, I get sales throughout the week, and sometimes it'll be like every day. They're just not big amounts of sales. Like, if I could figure out how to make at least $150 a day, like after platform fees and everything, which I know it's very doable. It's really not a lot of money. I'll be set. I'll totally be happy with that. But right now, like, they're just very jumpy. So I'm still trying to figure that out. And I mean, since I started to now, if you guys are new resellers and you don't see sales every day, don't be discouraged. I still don't see sales every day. There's a lot to learn. And, you know, there's just so many little things that go into reselling from what I've learned. I thought it was as easy as just getting the item that you would think is sellable. You know, you write down a simple description. But nowadays, you have like all these keywords and theme words and all these things that go into the title on how people do research for items, which is like really weird. But you just kind of have to learn. Just for you guys to know, I've been using ChatGPT. I do pay for it, $20 a month. And it's actually helped me out a lot because you can actually ask, like I would say, for example, I'll take a picture of an item that I'm going to post and I'll tell ChatGPT, write me a title for eBay with only 80 characters, include theme words and keywords, and it'll bust out like a whole title with current keywords and theme words that are actually used on eBay. So that's been very helpful. Other than that, it's definitely a challenge, I guess, to come up with titles, if you don't really know how people search for things on eBay, it can be very challenging. So this is going to Rancho Cordova, California. This has actually been a great idea because this is how I'm going to start tracking my actual earnings. I need to do some sort of like chart or Excel thing and start actually tracking my numbers, which I know that's a big struggle for many people. These are some Calvin Klein. They're really, really nice. Just, you know, some cute little capri pants. These sold on eBay. This is, again, another dollar item. And they sold, I said, on eBay for $17. So the buyer paid $17. My cost of goods after platform fees were $12.92. Sorry, that's the total after my cost of like platform fees and all that. It was $12.92. I paid $1.06, so my total profit was $11.86. So let me see something. So I made about almost $50 in profit. Not too bad, you know. I mean, $50 is $50, especially when you're a single mom. That makes a big difference. I mean, helps out with groceries. Today I had to do groceries and I just bought really basic things and I spent $90. So there you go. It paid for more than half of my groceries. We're going to use the eBay thank you card. And hopefully one day it'll pay for a lot more. I know in January my sales rocked. But I had sourced some amazing items and I actually paid my mortgage. So that was amazing. And then in February, I paid for half of my son's dental costs. So, you know, it really does help out. You know, it really, really does. Maybe one day I could match my paycheck. I don't plan on leaving my job because I work for a great company and they offer great benefits. So for me to leave my job, I would probably have to sell at least $10,000 clean. So profit a month, because I would have to pay for all my daily living, my mortgage. I don't have a car payment and my car's paid off, thank God. Not for long though, because my son starts driving next year, so that car will go to him and then I will have a car payment. But and then, you know, I need to have money to be able to pay for benefits and stuff. I'm diabetic and I have certain health issues, so I just can't say, hey, I'm gonna leave my job, you know. Plus I really do like the people I work with, so it's nice going to work every day. And this is going to Rapid City, South Dakota, guys. So yeah, so those were my weekend sales. Just wanted to keep you guys posted with the reality of selling. There's going to be weeks that are better than others, I guess, until things stabilize. I mean, I watch a lot of more experienced resellers that have been doing this for many, many, many years. A lot of them say this is what they do full time and it's good enough for them to live off. So, you know, I just imagine it's, you know, experience and having a large inventory in your store, because a lot of these resellers have literally over 4,000 or 5,000 items in their stores. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I've thrown this out there, and I do believe that the more items you have, the bigger possibilities of you having sales every day, because you have so much more for so many people to go in and actually have a higher possibility of them liking something and buying it versus you only having 500 or 800 items in your store. Yes, it's still a lot, but when you think about it, these platforms are international. They're worldwide. So, you know, I mean, the more you have to offer to people in your shops, I think the higher the possibility of you having sales every day. And that's just my take on it. If you guys have a different opinion, drop a comment. And I'll catch you here Wednesday, hopefully, with some more sales. Bye.